Hello friends, and welcome to Top Comment, the show where each episode is based entirely off the most liked comment from the previous episode, which in this case was child zombies and the holy rating of the soul. What does that mean though?
Setting aside child zombies for now, I immediately searched for holy rating of the soul, just finding the expression so mysterious and captivating, but quickly found that the only place this has ever been said on the internet was in my very call-out video. I also found some of my other content, which I think is pretty good.
I quickly realized the internet lacked the solution I needed. Were I to understand the holy rating of the soul, I'd need to go to a man who understood holiness.
Dude, there's nothing even in your mug.
Oh my god, you always do this! Fortunately, I know the perfect person for the job. Chase is the founder of Medicine of Sound, an organization concerned with the spiritual evolution of human beings, and let's just say he's seen some souls. He's seen some souls. He's seen some souls. One of the things that I'm most proud of with this channel is that we don't need anything from you, the viewer, except there's virtually no truth in that, because I do need you to hit like, I need you to hit subscribe below, leave a comment, and vote for your favorite comment, because the most upvoted comment will be the topic for next episode. He's seen some souls. Chase, I really need your help. I've been losing my mind over this one.
What's going on, bro?
Well, look, I know in your kind of shamanic practice, you've sat in circles where you literally work with people's souls, right?
Oh yeah, I can see like the evolution of someone's soul completely. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this is perfect. My question is, how do you rate the holiness of their souls?
The holiness, like the holiness of their individual journey, or what do you mean by that?
I just mean, like, how do you rate kind of how good or bad their soul's doing? Do you ever use like a 1 to 10 scale?
No. And I don't think you should do that.
The gongs look good. When I got home, I couldn't help but feel remorse, like I'd squandered my time with Chase. For one thing, in retrospect, the question I chose to ask was pretty stupid. Worse than that, I'd asked it in a closed-ended sense that forced him to either answer yes or no. Watching the tape back, it was pretty obvious that anyone would say no. Things were starting to look pretty bleak. I realized there was really only one option. I'm gonna have to call Jeb.
Well. Hi, Jeb. I didn't expect to hear from you. Look, I know we're not each other's favorite person, but I need your help. And why should I help you? I need you to tell me about the holy rating of the soul. Where did you hear about that?
I can't believe you asked me to meet at Raven's Point, because what you need to share about the holy rating of the soul is so significant that we needed to meet somewhere secluded.
That's a pretty expository way of putting it. But yeah, that's pretty much what I said.
Look, just because you're helping me doesn't mean I've forgotten about what happened.
Ha! Well, listen, boy. Just as you don't forget, I don't forgive.
Fine then. But I think you'll find the more you don't forgive, then I'll not forget. Even more than I didn't before I knew how much you weren't forgiving.
That doesn't even make sense. You can't unforget things more. You either do, or you don't.
Just tell me, what is the holy rating of the soul?
The holy rating of the soul is the concept of judgment in the eyes of your deity, the assessment of worthiness that determines where the soul travels once we've shuffled off our mortal coil.
That's it?
Well,
It's just the Judeo-Christian idea of Judgment Day.
yeah, but there's nuance.
Okay, there's no way you couldn't have just told me that on the phone.
I don't have a lot going on. you think Chase wants to hang out sometime?
Let's forget the fact that I didn't address child zombies, and I'm not going to. Let's instead focus on the fact that my search for the holy rating of the soul ultimately yielded a definition that was pretty much exactly what it sounds like. So why is this so unsatisfying? Probably because the search for the sensational tends to betray that it's the noble and ordinary day-to-day truths that are most important. As for the idea of rating a soul's holiness, I'm reminded that Lao Tzu said, "The highest virtue is not virtuous, and that is why it is virtuous." Indeed, from the Taoist perspective, the very act of seeking holiness undoes its own efforts, reinscribing a dualistic fear of unholiness. As Alan Watts said, anxiety is fear that one pair of opposites will cancel out the other forever. Indeed, the egoic arrogance that one's virtue is the correct virtue ignites polarity that inflames relationships, societies, and definitely Twitter. But if our souls truly felt holy, I'm pretty sure we'd yell at each other less. We would rest in the humility that the infinitude of the macrocosmic process we call being dwarves our limited brains. Most of the time, we really don't know what's going on, let alone what's best for others. Anyone who's felt the presence of Zen has the awareness that at the gates of heaven, holiness too must be thrown aside for the flimsy and limited signpost it is. Even well-intended prayers are just vritti, disturbance patterns interrupting higher bliss and separating us from our inevitable true nature. Unearned love is the last stop of the train, and fearing our own wickedness or the wickedness of others won't get us there any quicker. And so it is by casting aside ratings themselves that we become flexible, supple, childlike, and bestowed with calm eyes that can see what we really are. And when we realize what we really are, it's good news. If you take anything from today, it's that you don't gotta try so hard. You're good.
Hello?
Hi, Chase.
Yeah, this is Chase. Who's this?
It's Jeb. From Third Beach, remember?
Right, yeah. Yeah, good to hear from you, man. What's up?
I was wondering if you want to get together this weekend. Maybe do some soul work, play some gongs.
No, man, I'm pretty busy this week.
Oh, that's cool. What about the next one?
Alright, bro. That's not gonna work either. And, I just want to point out that I believe you're carrying an ancestral wound to do with your father. And truly, it's just burdening every single person around you, and everything that you're trying to do, trying to get your way, is just keeping people away. So I feel like you've got a blocked throat chakra. And, yeah, that's about it, man. I gotta go. Bye.
He's seen some souls.